Hello everyone, it's Sierra from VisaPlace, and today I'm going to be going over 3 frequently asked questions about immigrating to Canada in less than 5 minutes. I'm going to be going over the different visa paths, how much it will cost, and how long the process will take. Thousands of people immigrate to Canada every year, mostly through skilled worker programs, family sponsorship, provincial nominee programs, or investor programs. All of these options allow foreigners to become a Canadian permanent resident, but there are also options for temporary residency, such as a student visa or work visa. If you become a Canadian permanent resident, you can apply for Canadian citizenship later on. So if you're looking to immigrate to Canada, you can apply through the following methods. Express Entry, Federal Skilled Worker Program. Express Entry is an online system we use to manage applications for permanent residents from skilled workers. You must provide Canadian equivalency of educational credentials and proof of language proficiency by submitting your exam results from the CIC designated institutions. Also, your medical exams and security checks must be clear to go through the program. Canada Investor Immigrant Program. If you would like to immigrate to Canada as an entrepreneur or investor, there are several entrepreneur and investor options available to you, including our General Startup Visa Program and Provincial Specific Nominee Program. If you are successful in your application, you and your family can move to Canada together. Family Sponsorship. If you have family living in Canada, they can sponsor you to come live with them as a permanent resident. To be eligible, the person seeking sponsorship must be a spouse, common law or conjugal partner, dependent child, parent, grandparent, or sibling, niece, nephew, or grandchild who is under 18 years, who is not married, and whose parents are deceased. Provincial Nominee Program. The provincial nominee programs allow Canadian provinces and territories to nominate individuals who wish to immigrate to Canada and who are interested in settling in a particular province. Each Canadian province and territory has its own unique provincial nominee program. There is at least one draw in one of these programs every week, allowing a fast immigration path for skilled workers. And last but not least, student visa. The study permit is a document we issue to foreign nationals to study in designated learning institutions in Canada. Most foreign nationals need a study permit to study in Canada. Make sure you have all the required documents before applying, and you should apply before traveling to Canada. So let's talk about costs and how much money you will need. This question could be answered in a million different ways, as each case is very different and very unique. Depending on the immigration path that you take, you may have to show proof that you have a certain amount of funds. For visas such as Investor and Express Entry, you will need to show proof that you have a significant amount of money to start life in Canada. For family sponsorship, the one that will be sponsoring the foreign national will be the one that needs to show proof of funds. The one being sponsored will not need to show that they have a certain amount of money, as their sponsor will be taking care of them as they settle in Canada. No matter which immigration path you apply for, there will be an application fee. These can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars, so make sure you check your immigration path and budget. Immigrating to Canada can be difficult because there are so many paths available to you. Hiring an immigration lawyer will ensure that you are applying for the immigration path that you will most likely be accepted to. Working with an immigration lawyer will also make sure you have 0 mistakes on your application, which will ultimately save you time and money. This is why it is important to budget in immigration lawyer fees depending on your case. You can purchase a consultation with VisaPlace for a small fee, which will then give you an estimate on how much legal fees will be with your case. Before immigrating to Canada, you will need to find a place to live. You can find houses and apartments to rent in Canada using websites such as Kijiji and Craigslist. Newcomer Facebook groups are also helpful. Most rentals in Canada require a security deposit and first month's rent. On average, a 1-bedroom in Canada can go for $946 a month. A 2-bedroom can be $1,025 a month, or if you're interested in 3-bedroom or more, it can be closer to $1,100 a month. Now keep in mind, this is the average cost across the country, so if you're immigrating to cities such as Toronto or Vancouver, that price may double. So processing time. How long will it take? Well, each immigration pathway has its own processing time. Express Entry is known to be the fastest way to immigrate to Canada, while Provincial Nominee Programs is another pathway that has a very quick turnaround. Hiring an immigration lawyer will help you get a better idea on how long your case will take to process. The best way to shorten your processing time is to make sure you have provided all the required documents and steps of your application to make sure there are no mistakes. With all that being said, I hope this brief outline on immigrating to Canada has helped and inspired you to make the move. Contact VisaPlace today for a consultation so we can help you on your journey to Canada. And don't forget to subscribe.